Hi everyone, I'm Tyler, and this is my persuasive speech. So, I'm a part of the dorm living community here at MSU, and imagine it's 2 a.m., you have a big exam in the morning, you've been trying to fall asleep for over an hour, but just down the hall, people are shouting and music is blasting, or even your next door neighbors, they're being loud and you can't really get any sleep. For many students, this isn't really a rare situation. It's a weekly, sometimes even nightly frustration, and it's something we often just accept as part of the dorm life. However, it doesn't have to be. I watched some YouTube videos on this subject, and Mind Curio Flow found that students who sleep less than 6 hours have a hard time staying focused during lectures the following day. Noise in dorm buildings has become a consistent issue that directly impacts students' sleep, stress levels, and academic performance. A lot of students take caffeine, and you really don't want to be living off this stuff because, however, it can be beneficial. You can really get hooked on them, and it gets expensive, and it's also not great for your heart to consume a lot of caffeine. College is already really demanding. Students have to juggle classes, jobs, and their social lives. Sleep and focus are essential, yet they're constantly disrupted by excessive noise in shared living spaces. The problem isn't really just annoyance because it does have real consequences. Lack of sleep can lead to lower grades, increased anxiety levels, and even some harmful health issues. When students can't rely on their living space for rest or focus, their overall college experience tends to suffer. This issue matters to everyone here because at some point, every student needs quiet, whether it's for studying, sleeping, or simply just recovering and recharging. A University of Illinois study found that inadequate sleep does not only diminishes students' ability to retain and process information, but also places them at higher risk for academic failure and long-term health consequences. That's a prestige university, and them finding this means that we really need to step up and make a change here. A practical, realistic solution for this would be the the college, being MSU, designates a residence hall as like an official quiet dorm. In this building, students would agree to always maintain minimal noise levels, not just during standard quiet hours. The low noise level would also be enforced a lot stronger in this building, and consequences would come for those who fail to agree with these rules. There are places to, you know, have a social life and be loud and go out and have fun with your friends. And sometimes the dorm buildings just aren't the right place because there's a lot of people in a small area trying to get sleep, trying to study. And so the dorms just, definitely could improve if there became a quiet dorm. Like, students' performance in the classroom could definitely go up. According to the New York Times, campuses that integrate natural light and outdoor study areas see measurable improvements in student focus and overall satisfaction. When the environment feels less institutional and more human, anxiety often decreases organically. So, like, the quiet dorm could also have a space like outdoor where it's comfortable and, vibrant with natural sunlight, because that can obviously help students succeed. So just imagine two futures. One future being where everything stays the same and students continue to struggle with having a hard time focusing, getting not enough or not good sleep at night, and just not succeeding as well as they should be in the classroom. But the other future being a situation where you can walk into your dorm and it's calm. There's minimal noise. You can study without any distractions. You can fall asleep easily without any distractions, and you can sleep throughout the night without being woken up by any noise. Start by supporting the idea of a designated quiet dorm to those around you. Talk about it with your peers, bring it up at student meetings, and inform the CAs of the idea. In summary, noise in dorms is a real and ongoing issue, and like the effects of the noise in the dorms definitely impacts student health. A quiet dorm is really a simple and effective solution. Change doesn't always have to start with something big. Sometimes it just starts with creating the right environment, and that's exactly what this solution offers. I've talked to some teammates of mine on the football team brought this, idea up to them, and they think it's great. They think it would definitely be beneficial as, they're athletes, and not getting good sleep at night doesn't really allow them to perform as well as they'd like out on the football field or in the weight room. I've also talked to some athletes on other teams, the golf team, for example, and brought this idea up, and they've kind of said the same thing. They'd really find a lot of benefit in a quiet dorm. So really just do what you can to push this idea out. It could definitely be beneficial for all the students on campus. And yeah, thank you for listening.